It is the evening of December 26, 1943. The Arctic Ocean. HMS Duke of York is losing. Her radar has gone dark. A German shell struck it minutes ago. Without it, her guns cannot hold their target. And the target, approximately 32,000 tons of German warship, is pulling away into the storm at nearly 30 knots. Then Lieutenant Harold Bates, a radar technician, does something no one has ordered him to do. He opens a hatch, steps into the blizzard, and begins to climb. The ship is firing beneath him. He keeps going. What he does in the next 2 minutes will decide who dies tonight, and no battle plan written by any admiral had accounted for him. Welcome back to Dark Ledger. "36 hours earlier, Counter-Admiral Erich Bay accepts orders he does not welcome. German Naval High Command has determined that a British convoy moving through the Arctic toward the Soviet Union is vulnerable. Scharnhorst, among the fastest and most heavily armed warships in the Kriegsmarine, is ordered to intercept it. Bay's concern is practical. The British know these waters. Scharnhorst's radar performance in Arctic conditions is inferior to what her speed and firepower suggest. His crew will be navigating partly blind. The order stands. Christmas Day. Scharnhorst departs Norwegian waters with 1,968 men aboard. What German intelligence does not detect is that the British have known for days this operation is coming. Admiral Sir Bruce Fraser, Commander-in-Chief of the Home Fleet, has personally sailed to intercept, not to warn Scharnhorst off, but to sink her. He has laid a trap with 2 layers, a forward cruiser force, and behind it, in the dark to the south, the Duke of York. Bay knows about neither. The trap is already in place. The question is only whether the trap will hold. And for 40 minutes on December 26th, it won't. The first contact does not go cleanly. HMS Belfast leads the forward cruiser force into position and fires star shells. Bay immediately orders Scharnhorst into a full turn south and runs for port. A British shell destroys Scharnhorst's radar. Another strikes the hull. Superficial damage, but Scharnhorst pulls away at 30 knots. The cruisers cannot match her. Bay believes the worst is over. He is wrong in a way he cannot yet know. He is approximately 45,000 yards from the Duke of York when Fraser's radar picks him up in the dark. Fraser does not fire. He closes the distance slowly, steadily narrowing, until at around 12,000 yards, he gives the order for star shells. For the second time tonight, Scharnhorst's bridge is lit from a direction no one on it expected. The Duke of York's 10 14-inch guns fire a full broadside. One shell punches through Anton, Scharnhorst's foremost turret, causing severe casualties to the crew inside. The forward magazine is flooded as a precaution. Bay now commands a single functioning main turret. He turns east and runs again. For 40 minutes, he is winning the race. Then the Duke of York's radar takes a hit from Scharnhorst's return fire and goes silent. What Fraser does next has no good answer, except that one man, without being asked, has already moved. Lieutenant Harold Bates is not a gunnery officer. He is not in the chain of command for this decision. He is a radar technician, and he can see on his screen that the antenna above the radar shack has been knocked out of alignment by the impact. It is drooping. It is no longer painting Scharnhorst. The contact is gone. No one orders him outside. No announcement is made to the bridge. Bates opens the hatch and climbs into the storm on his own authority, which is to say he has no authority. He is a radar technician acting outside every chain of command that governs what happens on a warship in combat. The mast vibrates from the concussion of the ship's own guns firing beneath him. The wind is strong enough to strip the hat from his head. He is buffeted repeatedly against the structure by the blast of each broadside. He cannot be heard. He cannot signal below. He is alone over the Arctic Ocean on December 26th, and the man he needs to report to does not know he is there. He finds the antenna. He pushes it back into alignment with his hands. The screen below comes to life. Contact. Range 22,000 yards. Bates climbs down and says nothing. He does not know what happens next. He will not know for some time what he has just done. The guns are told to correct. 30 seconds later, the shells arrive. One 14-inch shell finds Scharnhorst's boiler room. Speed drops from approximately 28 knots to around 8 knots. Eric Bay already knows what this means. He dictates a final transmission to Naval High Command. "We will fight to the last shell. Long live Germany." The engineers restore partial power. Scharnhorst reaches 22 knots. British destroyers close in from multiple angles. Torpedo after torpedo finds the hull. The ship begins to list. Caesar, the turret that fired the first salvo of this battle, takes a direct hit and falls silent. Bay orders the crew to abandon ship. Of 1,968 men, 36 are pulled from the water alive. Arctic water in late December gives a man minutes. Counter-Admiral Eric Bay is not among the survivors. It is the evening of December 26, 1943. The German Admiralty does not publicly confirm the loss for several days. The scale of what the ocean had returned was, according to subsequent accounts, managed carefully by a command structure that had no good answer for how it happened. Admiral Fraser assembles his officers after the battle. He tells them he hopes any of them, if ever called upon to lead a ship against an opponent many times superior, will command it as gallantly as the Scharnhorst was commanded that night. He says this on the ship that sank her. Harold Bates receives a formal commendation. In the accounts of the Battle of the North Cape that circulate most widely in the decades that follow, official histories, naval analyses, documentary treatments, he appears briefly. He is not the story anyone chooses to tell. The battle is recorded as a clean British success, a carefully planned ambush expertly executed that removed one of Germany's most powerful surface warships from the war in a single engagement. That is accurate. 1,932 men went into the Arctic waters on December 26, 1943. The plan that sent them there was made by admirals. The plan that killed them was repaired by a lieutenant no one had ordered to move.
To the High Command, Scharnhorst has slowed to 8 knots in the storm. We are engaging the enemy. This is likely our final report. To the High Command, Scharnhorst has slowed to 8 knots in the storm. We are engaging the enemy. This is likely our final report.